everyone and welcome to Anthea Style. Thanks for tuning in. Today's video is going to be showing you our small kitchen makeover that we did. Just some general updates, nothing too major I don't think, but just to give our kitchen a spruce up. We have been in this house for close to 30 years now, and this, I believe, if I remember correctly, is the fourth makeover that we've done. When we first moved in, it was a builder's white kitchen, and if any of you remember sponge painting, yes, I said sponge painting, Debbie Travis introduced us to that. It was sponge painted a country blue. I didn't have ducks or geese or anything like that or cows in my kitchen for decor, but I just loved the country blue, so it was blue and white. Then we went to when I believe it was the mid 90s or late 90s when harvest green and dusty rose was a thing. Our kitchen was painted those colors with wallpaper. And then I went to a beautiful soft buttercup yellow and cream. And now here we stand today with black, gray, and white. And for those of you that don't know, black and white are my favorite colors. And yes, I know some people may say they're not colors, but to me they are. And this is what we did in our kitchen. Our original cabinetry still remains in the house, and it was a pickled oak color and solid wood cupboards, and we didn't see the need, because we didn't want to go through the expense right now of replacing all of our kitchen cabinets. So my husband, being as very handy as he is, sanded them right down to bare and restained them with a black stain that we got from Home Depot. I don't know the color, I don't know the brand. It was just the blackest stain that we could find. And he took down all the cupboard doors and took them outside and restained them one at a time for me and hung them back up. Our kitchen handles I ordered online because at this time of year during COVID, our stores were closed, and I ordered a selection of handles, and this is what we decided to go with. I'd already known that I wanted to have a white backsplash, which is what I had in the previous kitchen decor, and I wanted white again. So we went with what is called an arabesque tile, and that's because of the style of the tile, the shape of it, arabesque, and the grout colors is just dark charcoal gray. I was thinking maybe to do white, but white really washed out the depth of the tile and the design of the tile and made it look like wallpaper. And it just didn't make sense to leave it white. Defeated the purpose of why I chose this arabesque tile, so we went with a charcoal gray. So the backsplash on this side where the sink is done in the arabesque. And then our countertop, I originally thought I was going to go with a white countertop with some decor, some design or fleck in it. I hesitated doing that because our former countertop was a white laminate. And we decided on this one as soon as we saw it in the store, and I'm going to mention the store. Shout out to Rahma Granites in Durham region. They are fantastic to work with. The gentlemen were just wonderful, very helpful and patient, answered all the questions for a newbie like me, getting an actual real countertop because the one I had before was a white laminate original to the house. And they were wonderful. They came and they measured, and within a week of visiting the store, the counters were put in. So this is a quartz countertop, and it has some marbling and veining, and if you look closely, it has some little flecks of sparkle just to give it that little bit of bling that I like, a little bit extra. Something that I learned while doing our kitchen makeover is because we have what's considered a galley kitchen, we have a countertop on this side and another half size on the other side of the kitchen, which is directly in between our fridge and our stove. That with it being as small as it is, the previous sink that we had, which was a stainless steel sink, was mounted on top of the counter. This one is mounted under the counter, and it is a deeper sink, but because it's a small area, by that I mean the kitchen cabinets here, it's not a large opening, we had to go with a 30-inch sink. What I suggested to another family member of mine doing their kitchen makeover, whose kitchen is larger, I suggested to them to go as large as they could with the sink, because the deeper these sinks are and square as opposed to more of a bowl-like sink, which we had before with the rounded corners, these are straight up and down. So it is a smaller opening for putting things in, like a roasting pan, for example. A little bit different for washing purposes. Doesn't seem to be as much room, but I'm not complaining. I love the sink. It's nice and deep and clean looking, and it comes with racks on the bottom. So a little tip when you're washing your dishes and you get all the debris that usually gathers in the bottom of a sink, it doesn't sit near your clean dishes that you've just washed because it's underneath the grate. And for those of you that aren't sure what I'm talking about, This is the kitchen grate here that goes in the bottom of each side of our sink. So I do love that on this feature. I do love that as a feature with this new sink. In addition, we chose a new tap. And this tap I love because it does have the pull down. It's got the spray feature on it and an extra power jet, which is lovely for cleaning off those tough grimed on food on your dishes as well as your pots. And then I have a soap dispenser, and we debated whether or not to put the soap dispenser in. There's a lot of people that give different feedback on it, but for me, I like it because it removed that lovely bottle of Dawn's, or Sunlight dish soap from the counter to keep away the clutter. So I do like that. Some people use that for hand soap. I chose to use it as a dish soap. And the counter just comes to the very end here with my canisters. I'll get more into the decor items afterwards. Continuing with the handles, they go all the way across the top here. And then on the bottom here to match, I chose a polished nickel knob for our drawers here. And on this side, we have the other counter that I mentioned. That's just a smaller counter for kind of prep surface. With the kitchen makeover, of course, came a new stove. And I knew what I wanted, and I waited till I could find it. And what I ended up getting was a Samsung dual flex stove. And dual flex simply means that there are two ovens on it as well as a warming drawer. So on the very bottom is my warming drawer, which I absolutely love. And then it's got the two ovens here, and how that is used is there's a handle here with a push on it. And if you push on that just once, it opens your top, which is perfect for baking cookies and such. And then you close it and open the full thing, and you've got the oven below here. And this is the Duo Flex. It separates the oven so I can bake up here and I can cook down here. The other appliance I have is a Samsung microwave. I did not need to do anything new with that because that was already in our kitchen, so I didn't have to do that over. So again, no need to replace things that you don't need to. Just simple, small makeovers makes a difference. And our fridge is a Samsung as well. I call it my car because it's got 4 doors on it. It's got the upper 2 doors. It's got the middle drawer, which we use for cold cuts and drinks and things like that. And then the freezer's on the very bottom, which I like. On the other side of the fridge is the dishwasher. The dishwasher we did have to get this year. I do love it. It's a Maytag, so no, it doesn't match the other appliances as far as name brands, but you don't see anything labeled on the front, so that wasn't a huge deal to me. And it's stainless steel. It has 3 racks to it, the lower, the upper, and then the very top rack I like for things like spatulas. It just keeps those larger items on the top for cleaning. And this actually, I let my husband choose it because he's a car guy, and he said it reminded him of a car door. So there you go. So now some more specifics about the kitchen as far as decor. Our kitchen is well used. You will notice on the video that we do not have a kitchen table in our kitchen, and that is because of 2 reasons. First, I found that our kitchen table was becoming a dumping ground, and I didn't see the need for it. Secondly, we are a tea drinking, coffee drinking family, and prior to COVID, we always had this kitchen full of people that would come for tea and coffee, and I just found it a little bit more of an option that worked better for our household, so we removed the kitchen table. On this side here, you will see that we have 2 two-seater love seats, and they are just done in a gray. With doing the kitchen over, we've had these couches for a while now, and they do have a lot of wear and tear on them, but I still love them. So I'm deciding whether I'm going to replace them or maybe just have them reupholstered. I haven't decided fully yet because if you look closely, if you zoom in, people, you'll see some wear and tear on those couches. So we have the 2 couches here, like I was saying, no kitchen table. And this gets a lot of use, and we're getting ready to decide what we're going to do for Christmas for decor, so stay tuned for that video later on. So we have the 2 couches, and I have the little fireplace, and something that I did a while ago on Facebook actually was I belonged to a Facebook group where you could bid on items, and I bid on this little fireplace and I paid $40 for it. Right now I just have the flickering flame on, but it does throw a good heat if you want as well, and in the winter months it is very cozy here to sit by the fireplace with a cup of tea or coffee. So stay tuned to see what happens with this as far as a transformation. On the windows, I have drapes that I've put here, and I change these up. You'll notice in the videos as we get going, I change my decor seasonally. So these are just a lovely black and gray drape, and I have to decide on my color scheme for Christmas this year, and that'll determine what color I put up there. These two pictures here I purchased from HomeSense. I have a set of 4 of them, and they are just a large white acrylic looking flower, 3-dimensional, inside of a white shadow box with a linen background of fabric, which I absolutely love. With our kitchen being a galley kitchen, it is very small. We don't have a lot of storage. So this is a cabinet that I bid online again at a Facebook group, and we were able to pick it up for a really cheap price. And again, this was like $102 was the final bid that I got it for, and it's an antique. I debated whether to paint it, but could not bring myself to doing it. We're not sure what the wood is. My husband thinks it looks like a bird's eye maple, but we're really not sure. So for right now, this is what it is. And it just gives, I find, it's not matchy-matchy, it's not the black and white or gray, but it gives a bit of character and warmth to my kitchen. And it's also very convenient for all of my teacups in the kitchen and mugs that we use, going along with the tea theme, coffee themed kitchen that we have. So that is very accessible for everyone just to come and choose their own cup for their cup of tea. And in this bottom drawer here, I've placed our tea towels and dishcloths here for easy access. And what that did was it freed up another drawer for me in my kitchen for other items. In our previous kitchen decor, I had a lovely cream colored chandelier that had crystal beads on it. It was very lovely, but it did not match the new decor of this kitchen. So this is the chandelier that I went with. For my style, Anthea style, my family and friends say it's very plain, but I feel that it just suits the decor currently for our kitchen. Not to say that I might not change it later on, but right now this is what it is. And it's just the white shade as you see with a black band to pick up on the black and the white with the chrome hardware. And to add a bit extra to our kitchen for lighting, because I found it was a little bit dark when we went with the black stain, I wanted the extra lighting. So we have a good family friend. His name is Joseph, and he has a company called Spotlight Electric. Again, that's Spotlight Electric. Please follow him on Instagram. He installed for us under the cabinetry very small pot lights. There's just 2 under this area here, and there's a box under here that has 2 under this area, and then another 2 here. In addition, he put in new light switch plates for us, and this operates our pot lights just on one go, which I absolutely love. So again, follow Spotlight Electric. And something extra that he did for me, if you look at this outlet here, it is a plug with 2 openings, but look closely. Yes, people, look at that. We can charge our phones there, so you can just plug your phone right in and charge. And lastly, I'm just going to pan right down to our floor. This floor is a hardwood floor that my husband put in a few years ago. It does have lots of character on it, and by that I mean there's been items that have been dropped on it. So we're trying to decide, do we leave it as is for this black and white and gray theme, or do we change it? And by that my husband suggested maybe he'll endeavor to sand it down and restain. We haven't decided, but this is what it is for right now. So that is our kitchen makeover, small galley kitchen with small items that you can tackle yourself. So thanks for watching. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.